Yeah. So focus on motivation versus compliance and get agreements. The last thing I really want people to do. So there's two times you get an agreement, one when they start care and one when they're ready to begin maintenance care if you choose to do that. So when they start care, you've done your exam and your report of findings. Ask them, how does this sound? Are there any questions? Would you like to get started? Exactly. And I want to get a yes or a no, not a maybe, and maybe we'll try one. Is I want to get a yes or a no. And once they say yes, I'm like, awesome. I'm happy to get started with you. My staff will book your appointments. Off we go. If I don't get a resounding yes, I don't start with that.
What do you do?
What do I do? I send
Yeah.
them somewhere else where they can get the care they want, the one by one care. So if someone says, "Oh, I'm not really ready to commit to that," I said, "No problem. I'd rather not have you as a patient compromise myself and your results. Your health matters, and so does my reputation. I'll get you someone who can do what you're looking for, but it's not here." It's 1 out of 100, maybe 1 out of 75. And people either appreciate that and go somewhere else, or they're like, okay, I was just testing you. I'll do whatever you need me to do. Right. So that's the first agreement. And the second agreement, when they finish their 12 visits or 24 visits or whatever your plan is, 36 visits, you get another agreement, right? Listen, Greg, you're transitioning into more wellness, maintenance care where you're making a choice to be here. What do you think you need? We're having a conversation. What do you think you need? I like Fridays at 1 o'clock. I don't see myself moving off. So once a week, and you're shaking your head. Okay. Does that sound good? Would you like me to book that once a week? And I'm getting a yes. Okay. Excellent. All right. Gary will get that booked out for you. We'll see you next week. But we're having a conversation agreement. Not, I should try once a month. Okay. That's great. You can't be gray. There's no gray area. If you're choosing to be on maintenance care, let's book you through. And you could also add, here's another tip. I'm giving all the gold nuggets away in one call. You could also add, if you ever, Greg, we're friends, we're buddies, taking care of you once a week. If you ever feel like you've had enough care, that's okay. Let us know. We're not going to freak out. Let us know. We'll put your file in inactive and it'll be right there when you choose to pick up with care.
Yeah. Cause then they're not going to ghost you. Cause if they decide not to come, they're going to stop coming regardless.
If you have your agreement, we're reserving it. If you choose to change the agreement, no problem. Let us know and we can open up that space for someone else.
They don't feel like they're panicked. Like there's a locked door or something.
Yeah, exactly. So you're melding both. There's very aggressive sales tactics and then there's way too loose. And the way too loose, I think, is just as bad as aggressive because the way too loose is not telling a patient what they need.
So the bullets then, if you say them again, like you've explained them, expand them on, but just all together, there's the...
Yeah. So the point is we're talking about motivation versus compliance. Compliance, right. Short-lived, it's conform, submit, and we don't want that. We want to motivate people based off of their goal, build a bond, educate them, love and inspire them, and show them the value. When you come to get an agreement, there's two times you get an agreement. When they start, and the first thing you want to do is basically ask them after you've demonstrated the problem and you've given them the report. How does this sound? Are there any questions? And are you ready to get started? If you don't ask that question, you're not going to get a full-on yes agreement. And then you have permission, by the way, when they say yes and they miss an appointment, you actually have permission to go and say, hey, you're behind a couple of visits we agreed on. You actually have permission. If you don't get an agreement, you have nothing to say when they miss an appointment.